All right, guys, here we are inside of stage 10. Security guard's going to close the door, and you'll see, or hear rather, a lot more quiet. This is part of the reason we love to film inside of a soundstage. It's easier because it can get a lot quieter. Also a lot of space, though. Take a look. Lots of space to build whatever set you would need for your production. It's here that you could build the surface of Mars, the inside of a castle, the inside of a spaceship. But the most common thing that we build inside of a soundstage for filming is the inside of a house. Oh. Your house is awesome. It was not built for filmmaking. So when we film in a real house, we have to tear it apart to make room for the camera angles. A lot of the time we have to tell the people that live there to go away for a few days. Don't worry, we'll pay them for that. Either way, filming an actual house can be tricky. What if it's a TV show where you have to film 8 months out of a year? You'd really be taking over someone's actual home, so that's not recommended. Although we do film in real houses sometimes, most of the time we don't want to do that, and we'll build a interior of a house in this stage, and we'll build it longer and wider for our camera angles. We're going to think about filmmaking. We're going to probably build it without a ceiling so we can drop the lights in from above and light it up nice and even for everybody to work with. So yeah, that's kind of why soundstage is so awesome, but the sound is integral too. Film and television are a visual medium, but these days, we want to hear what the actors are saying to each other. Dialogue is important. We want a crisp place to do that. If we're filming outdoors, that could be troublesome. Outdoors in Los Angeles, we always have honking cars and sirens, helicopters overhead. Maybe on this back lot, you have really loud, annoying tour guides rolling by on microphones. That'll get in the way of your filming. If you're doing an action movie, you're going to have chaos to deal with. Explosions, tire screeching, who knows? And so we know when we're filming action movies especially, we will have to deal with those sound issues and re-record the dialogue later on. So if you love John Wick or Deadpool, we'll go ahead and film it, but we know later on re-recording is going to happen. 6 months after filming is done, they probably have a rough cut of the movie to work with, and while the actors watch their own performance on a screen, they will redo their dialogue into a microphone. This is especially true of Spider-Man or Deadpool because they're wearing a mask and it sounds very muffled when they're talking, so we have to redo all that stuff. They'll probably take the sound they got on the day that's very jacked up and muffled, play it for the actors so they can listen to it and try and match their performance as they rewatch their own performance on a screen. Also, this stage is kind of cool to me because it's historic. It's been here for 90 years. A lot of interesting things have happened in this stage. I have a list to go over with you guys, and the only reason I have a list is because Universal Studios is the biggest movie studio in the world. 36 sound stages, 400 acres. So when I walk into a stage on this tour, it's not always the same stage, and I get kind of lost as to where are we in the madness of with the stages we're talking about. But let me just talk with you guys about what I like here. This is where we filmed the TV show Wagon Train, kind of a classic TV show Western. One of the movies I grew up with was filmed here. It's called Father Goose, starring Cary Grant. Anybody? Just me. That's fine, guys. Awesome movie. Cary Grant's a naval captain that gets stationed during the Pacific War in the middle of nowhere on an island. This was the island inside of this stage. It was also in Bruce Almighty. This was Bruce Almighty's apartment. So Jim Carrey's in the interior of his Buffalo, New York apartment was right here. Serenity, very cool movie. Firefly was a TV show. They made it into a movie. So for Serenity, we had stage 12 inhabiting the entirety of the interior of the spaceship. But then also some more of the spaceship was built right here in this space. Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt. 5 years that show was on the air, and all 5 of it was in the stages around you. CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. I'm talking about the Vegas CSI. They did actually start filming that show in Santa Clarita in their own set of stages, but for some reason in the middle of their run, they moved to Universal and finished the show here. So the last 7 seasons or so of CSI were in this stage. So this is, I don't know what was in here, but it was probably the inside of the crime lab. And then we have The Voice, the singing competition show, The Voice. It's filmed for a really long time in stage 12, right next door, but they also utilized this space for some of their footage. We have since moved The Voice into the center of our back lot, brand new soundstage. So they've been there for the last 15 seasons. And then there's Bel Air. Awesome new TV show. Bel Air was kind of a reimagining of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but in a more dramatic fashion. And Ted.
I heard about that show.
The most recent thing to be here was season 2 of Ted. Ted was a movie with Mark Wahlberg, then they made it into a television show. 2 seasons of that show on this lot, pretty much wherever you go on this tour. They rebuilt Boston 1993 on our lot for that show. There's a big episode in season 2 of Ted where it's like a Dungeons and Dragons themed episode, and it took a long time to film that, more than the other episodes they were filming for that season.
What the fuck?
A lot of this was the inside of the forest for that Dungeons and Dragons episode of Ted. So they've left, they moved on. Some smaller TV shows or commercials or music videos have been in here since, but the reason it's empty right now is very recently a production left. And when you see a stage empty, usually it's not going to be for very long. Soon enough, another production is going to arrive. Take a look, say, oh yeah, I like what I'm looking at. This is what I need for my production, and they're going to move in and build their set. Anybody that films here, though, when they're done, they got to destroy their set and get out of here, make it empty. That way, the next production can move in and build whatever they want for their needs. Who knows what that would be? It could be a TV show like Murder, She Wrote, and be here for 12 years. That could happen, but most of the time, it's a little shorter than that. So there you go. That's kind of why we love a soundstage.
Cool.
In a nutshell. Does anybody have questions? Mouse, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Mouse, do you have
I
any
don't have
questions?
any questions.
We love questions.
I'm in
How-
awe. I
mean,
can't believe how good the sound is in here. It's so quiet.
Yeah, the sound is really nice in here.
Very quiet in here.
How long does it take to?
We need this for our
I
streaming
guess-
rooms.
Oh yeah, we do need this for streaming. Like when you obviously you're saying like, yeah, another production might come along.
Yes.
How do they decide when another production is going to come along, and what if the production goes over? Because we hear about that sometimes.
There
How does that all work?
is like a fee they'd have to pay if they went past their deadline, but sometimes
okay.
in the calendar we do have it slated for another production right after, so that would be really unfortunate for that production
Right,
if they
right.
weren't ready. We'd have to pretty much at that point help them destroy because we need them out of here.
Okay.
But the next production probably has a tight schedule to build what they need to build in here.
Okay.
And then start filming. For a movie, they might build for 3 months, film for a week, and then tear it apart and go. For a commercial or a music video, that could just be a weekend, and sometimes all they're using is a corner of the soundstage. But then for a TV show, they're hoping to be on the air for a really long time, so they're going to build a set they hope can stay
last
for a
it out.
while. They do build a TV show with that in mind, thinking, hey, what if this ends up being a successful show and it lives here like forever? Like, you know, over at Warner Brothers, they had ER in their same stages for like, I think 15 years.
Damn.
I might have given that show more time, but I think it's 15.
So is it like this is like a space that like any production can rent?
Yeah, even though we are at Universal Studios,
Yeah.
anybody can rent and utilize our stage space.
Oh.
Everything you're about to see on the back lot
That's
is
cool.
available to rent to any production. As long as you have insurance and you're ready to go, we'll negotiate. If the calendar has an opening.
Yeah.
All right, Connor, we gotta rent
we
this
can work with you to
soundstage. Let's
get
go.
it.
I'm gonna rent it. Yeah, this
If you
this
just want to throw a
building-
party in here, you can do that too. You don't have to use it for a movie or TV show.
It does look very old.
This is 90 years old.
This looks crazy old.
Yes, and
What
those
is-
air conditioners are pretty old too.
Yeah.
So when we film with these air conditioners, we'll turn them off during
Oh.
a take.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the take's done,
Turn it
turn them
back
back on. The newer stages we have whisper quiet air conditioning units, so those are
They
more
stay
sought
on.
after right now.
I can imagine.
But this space still gets rented quite a bit.
That's like the the furnace in Home Alone that he's afraid of.
When it's
That's what
alive,
that's what it looks
when
like.
it wants to eat
looks like
Kevin
a thing.
McAllister.
Yeah.
It does look like that. It's got eyes and everything.
Yeah, it looks menacing. That's cool.
Totally. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, a lot of cool stuff. Everywhere you look on our back lot, some movie and TV history.
Well, thank you for giving us a tour of it. This is awesome.
Yeah, you got it. No other questions?
So quiet.
Cool.
None for me.
All right.
Imagine doing, like,
so let's head back to
mocap
the trolley then.
concert
There's
in
more
here.
to see. We're going to go into our outdoor
I mean,
parts
it'd be
of the back
excessive.
lot.